Hey everybody, what's up? Who's around? Jump on. Join me if you're there for the special Friday live that I'm super psyched to share with you because, again, this is something you can do right away to impact your life and to make changes in your life and to experience what you truly desire instead of being in the state of constantly chasing your desires and feeling like your dreams are always going to be dreams instead of actually living your dreams and then creating even bigger dreams. Hey, Gary. So I'm going to share some stories of how this has worked in my life and how important this tool is and help you so that you can use it too. And if you are in a place where you are just ready to make those changes and want results now and are tired of playing around, then reach out and book your call with me. There's a link in the comments and we can get started on that as soon as you reach out, basically, because massive action is required to make any changes in your life. And often it's that first action of reaching out for support that we resist for so long and stay in struggle much longer than is necessary. And I don't want any of you, if you're in a place where you're ready to make changes, to spend a single other day in struggle. So how advanced gratitude and celebration activates your desires into realization. This is so amazing and such an powerful tool. And so I'll share some stories of how this has worked in my life and then talk you through how you can do it. So one of the coolest things where this happened to me was a couple years ago. I was working with a mentor and she was offering an opportunity to do like a VIP experience where we took a private jet from LA to San Francisco, did a lot of coaching, and then also did a photo shoot. And I really wanted to go, but I also was in a place where I'm like, I'm tired of hustling and trying to figure out where I'm going to get the money to do this, and just got to a place where I was ready to surrender. And at the same time, I deeply desired to go on this trip, and I saw myself running on the beach in the morning. She lived close to the beach, and I had the opportunity to actually stay with her, which was amazing. So I saw myself getting up in the morning and running on the beach, and I saw myself on the jet, and I just envisioned all of this, and just that desire grew and grew, and the more I talked about it, the more real it felt. And so I just sent out sort of a prayer to the universe. If this is to be, let the money come to me in a way that is not how I would expect it, that is not requiring me to go. At the time, I was waiting tables on the side, not have to go and pick up a bunch of shifts or not have to go hustle and figure out a way to make this money happen. And then I simply released it and trusted this is to be, the money will come, and if not, I have to let it go. So I let it go and still kept playing in the energy of this is something I desire and I can see myself there and this is meant for me. And the next day I was working on taxes, and after I finished my taxes, I received the exact amount of money required to pay for the rest of the trip. Was blown away and just reinforced that there is this power working with us when we, for one, truly desire, two, trust, and three, let it go. And then stay open to all the different ways it can come to us instead of having an attachment that I have to go out and figure it out and I have to hustle and I have to make it happen. I was willing to let go. So that's one awesome story. Another story was, I think it was around last year, I was renting my home and started to get really anxious and worried because it was during Christmas time and I wasn't getting as much interest as I had hoped. And so I started to get nervous, like, what if I can't rent my home? And of course, that energy is negative energy, which just creates more negative energy because what you focus on, you get more of. And so, of course, it became getting any interest. And so I have to shift this. And I did the same thing. I started to visualize the most amazing tenants who loved living in my house, loved taking care of it as if it was their own home, and were happy and excited to rent it. And it would be even better than I imagined, and just really appreciated how much I loved that home and the space and all the work that I had done on that home, and what an amazing home it was. And within 24 hours, it started to shift. I started getting tons of emails about people wanting to see the home. And then I even got a couple who wanted to rent it for a year and a half, which was even better than I imagined. And that's the thing about the universe. It often happens in ways better than we imagine. when, again, we let go of we having to figure it out and hustle and strangle it and work it to death. So I ended up renting my home, not only to an amazing couple that are taking great care of it and love it, but also for a year and a half, which is even more amazing. And then the third example is one I shared recently in my post is I was meant to give a presentation yesterday and had planned on celebrating by treating myself to a manicure and a pedicure. Well, the presentation canceled, and I decided I wasn't going to cancel on myself, that I was going to invest in myself and celebrating a future success that wasn't yet in my experience, whether that be a new client, a new opportunity to present, a new opportunity that I don't even know what it is yet, and just let it go to the universe and trust me taking care of myself and celebrating and appreciating the success that's on its way is signaling again that I trust things are working out as they're meant to. And so I went and got, maybe half an hour before, called and see if I could get in really quick, had an appointment afterwards. So I was kind of trying to make it all work within a short amount of time. Well, they got me in. They not only had two people, so I was having a manicure at the same time I was having a pedicure, they also charged me 30% less than they quoted. So again, it was even better than I imagined, and I finished in perfect time to make my appointment afterwards. So all of that to say is when we do the work to trust we are supported in what we desire, when we give appreciation for it, because appreciation signals that you've already received it, and act in alignment with the person who has already received what they desire, your external world will shift to reflect your internal world. So this is the work. If you are hoping, desiring, dreaming of some change in your life, this is the work that you have to do. You have to start to change your internal state of being, to start to rewire those old patterns and habits and thoughts and beliefs and step into a whole different person, a whole new identity, and really start to trust more than you've ever trusted before that what you desire is on its way to you. And the more you can give appreciation for it, and the more you can see yourself already having it and experiencing it and knowing what that feels like, the more you are activating those desires into realization. So I encourage you to play with this. And really, one of the keys too is you have to believe it. If you have some doubt left and I don't know if this is really possible and maybe it's not going to work, of course it's not going to work. You have to, again, elevate your trust and your belief like you never have before. And that is one of the most difficult things we can do, but it's also one of the most powerful things we can do to really activate changes in our internal system, which will activate changes in our external circumstances. So, are there any questions? So if you are in a place where you're just discouraged, maybe disenchanted with your current situation, whether that be with your work or maybe a relationship or your health, reach out to me. But there's a caveat. Reach out to me if you're willing to do the work to make the changes and get results. Because when you work with me, I'm committed to getting results. And so I work only with people who are also committed to getting results. So it sounds like you jump on the phone with me and let's figure out when we can start working, where you're really feeling stuck, and really start to activate those changes immediately so you start to experience your desires coming into realization as quickly as possible, because that's what helps you keep that momentum and fuel even further movement and further progress and all that you desire coming to you. So, my friends, thank you for joining me on this Friday live. Super powerful stuff back. Some woo-woo, sunshine and rainbows and butterflies and unicorns. There's so much research to back this up. And so it's important for you to suspend all the little thoughts that tell you this is crazy and just start to allow yourself to trust and step into being the person who already has what they desire and feel it with gratitude and appreciation and celebration and emotion, and just watch as your world starts to change, because it absolutely will. All right, friends, have an amazing Friday, and I'll talk to you all again soon.